Somewhere, deep in the Wisconsin wilderness, there's a place where woods meet water, and time meets space rather unexpectedly. Take a left, a right, then head straight until the road runs out. Upon reaching the river, sound your horn twice, flash your lights twice, then wait for someone to come for you. Someone will come for you. But don't be afraid, they're a friendly bunch. Welcome to Bend in the River.
I repeat, take cover. This is not a drill. Take cover in the nearest stable structure available. I repeat.
Darn transistor radios. The sky sure went dark in a hurry. Gotta find shelter quick.
A reminder, the blackout remains in effect. Please take cover and keep your lights off. This is not a...
Hard to find shelter in near total darkness. But it looks like there's a building up ahead. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the radio station. Oh, here goes nothing. Hello? Hello? Okay, well, I'm coming in. Oh man, they sure take this blackout seriously. Not a single light on in this whole place.
We'll be powering down and signing off for the duration of the warning. Until next time, keep your lights off, your loved ones safe, and let's pray we see the dawn.
And that's Lucy's voice. In person. Oh, first time ever. Okay. Here goes nothing. Lucy?
Hello?
Lucy, don't be alarmed. Sorry to impose, but you said to find cover, and, well, this was the closest cover I could find.
Your voice, it's so familiar. Is that...
David.
David. Oh.
Sorry, I know this violates your stay on opposite ends of the speaker rule.
But still, nothing but voices since we're in the dark. I thought you were leaving.
Yes, well, I realized I still had some unfinished business.
I'd say so. That bridge still has a ways to go.
Did you get my message?
It was very sweet. Thank you, David.
I've got to ask. The afternoon radio announcer, he told me he'd tell you I was handsome. Did he come through?
I believe his words were, he has the face of a ferret and the heart of a weasel.
So he came through. Again, I'm sorry to have to impose on you like this, but with the storm and all...
I'm glad you're here, David. It's pretty hard to meet people when you're always on the air.
Well, you're not on the air now.
And I'm meeting someone.
So, the siren, the threat's real?
I don't know much more than you do, just that when the sirens go off, we have to take every precaution. You never know what might keep a bomb from falling.
I have a hard time believing a fleet of Soviet warplanes are scrambling over River Bend, preparing to drop bombs. I mean, how can we possibly be that important?
You'd be surprised how often people underestimate their value.
Well, no one underestimates you, that's for sure. Everyone in town loves River Bend radio.
It's easy to be loved when you're the only one.
Lonely, though.
Well, yes, there's that.
But your late-night call-in show, got to admit, that's helped me stave off some of that loneliness.
I'm glad.
Learned a lot about Dale Winthrop's dermatological problems, too.
Probably more than you needed to.
Maybe he should just lance it.
The wart, you mean?
Or the boil, whatever it is.
Maybe you're right. Or maybe that'll be a moot point after tonight.
So, what's your story?
Well, we've got easy listening in the mornings, big band in the afternoons, top 40 in the evenings, followed by Insomniac's Interlude, of course.
Not the lineup. Your story.
Why are you so interested in my story?
Well, we've been talking so much these past few weeks, and I still barely know anything about you. You spend so much time listening to everyone else's problems, I just thought I should ask.
My story is that I'm the voice on the radio. The voice of River Bend. End of story.
It's so dark in here, I can't even see your face.
No one does. That's the beauty of the radio.
Or the tragedy.
Hello? Making your acquaintance, yes?
Hello? Who's there?
Greetings, American friend. My name is Vlad. I am accompanied by my associate, Vladimir.
Greetings.
We are your average out-of-town salesman. You hunt Encyclopedia Britannica? Special time limited offer.
No, thank you, anyway.
Wow, those sirens are still blaring, huh? You fellas better come inside.
David.
Lucy, I know this would be the second violation of your keep listeners at a distance rule, but you've got to give these guys someplace to wait it out.
Wait, what out?
Whatever falls from the sky tonight.
Such gracious American host. Perhaps we can repay your kindness by offering you encyclopedia volume featuring the letter L.
That's kind, but I think I've got the L's covered.
The P, then.
If you must come in, then why don't you two have a seat on the couch over there to your left and watch your step?
I must observe, you Americans conserve electricity with much diligence.
Blackouts in effect.
What is, how you say, blackout?
It means we keep the lights off to avoid being spotted by enemy planes.
Which enemy?
The Soviets?
But the Soviets are not enemy. Take it from me, just an average out-of-town salesman.
You hear those sirens out there? It means we're at risk.
Of what?
Bombs.
That is no bombing siren, silly Americans. That is weather siren, no? The weather is quite rainy tonight. Raining catses and dogs, as you say. Take it from me. We are soaked.
Is he right?
Could be. We only have one siren after all. I guess I just assumed it was an air raid. The mayor keeps talking about air raids.
The Soviet people are nice, just like American friends. You have my words. All you need to know of Soviets, you can learn from Encyclopedia Britannica. Vladimir, you hand me the volume featuring the S.
Yeah, hey there, radio lady. You mind if we hole up in here for a while? It's raining all kinds of critters out there.
Hank? Harold? Is that you?
Stars and stripes if we're being formal, but sure, we'll let our hair down tonight. What the hey? It might be our last night anyway.
Greetings, American friends. Allow me introductions. I am Vlad, and these are my associate Vladimir.
Greetings.
We are just your average out-of-town salesmen selling encyclopedias to Americans, but nothing to see here.
Who the hell are you again?
Vlad? But you can call me same American name as yours, Hank.
You hear that, Harold? Vlad and I got the same name. How's that for coincidence?
It's a big un.
And your fella, your associate, what's his name?
He also shares name with your associate.
So you want me to believe his name is Harold?
This is what I want you to believe, yes.
Well, throw the cow over to fence him, hey. What are the odds that 4 people sharing the same name would be sitting in a dark room while getting bombed to hell by the Reds?
I assure you, other Hank, this is no bombing by Soviet warplane. Take it from me. If bombed by Soviet warplane, you would know.
Well, they'd know too. But you see, me and Harold here been working on a little anti-air defense system just for this particular occasion.
Is that so? Please, proceed with details.
Well, the basic design involves several dozen hot air balloons and a couple of dozen boxes of bottle rockets.
Well. Look like we got ourselves a little Bolshevik revolution going on in here.
Officer Olson?
Oh, and if it ain't David Trotsky Lenin, whatever your last name is, can't say I'm surprised to see you here, or hear you here. Why is it so darn dark in here anyway?
Blackout.
Well, of course the blackout, but enough of your lip. We got real problems here. Our meter's picking up extremely low frequencies coming from this very location.
Well, it is a radio station.
An offline radio station. Equipment's off, isn't it? Transmitter's powered down?
Well, yes.
Which is why it seems a little fishy that we're still picking up ELF waves.
What is an ELF wave?
Extremely low frequency waves. Try to keep up, David.
Surely there's some kind of mistake.
Let me turn on the meter. Take a listen for yourself. Look at that needle bounce.
Perhaps it's a residual frequency.
Or perhaps it's an extremely low-frequency wave for purpose of communicating with U.S. Navy nuclear submarine detachment in Baltic Sea.
Low frequency wave. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You should have taken Encyclopedia Britannica featuring the letter L.
Hey, who else we got here in the dark? Identify yourselves.
Yeah, it's Hank here.
Harold here.
Vlad here, or maybe I mean Hank.
Vladimir here, but call me Harold for short. Can you believe this, Oli? We all got the same name. How about those apples, huh?
Yes, how about that indeed?
Forgive me for saying so, but you boys don't sound like you're from around here. Let me guess. Ogdenville?
Why, yes, we come from that very location, Ogden Village Town.
I knew it! I used to play you fellas in basketball back in high school. You had one heck of a center in those days. You know, what was his name? Jim Johns, Jimmy Johnny Johns. You know, the big guy, the center.
Local basketball star, just as you say, beloved by all.
I don't doubt it. So, what brings you Ogdenvillians all the way to River Bend? That's quite a journey.
6 miles, give or take, a skosh.
And upriver, too.
Oh, we are just your average out-of-town salesman. We sell Encyclopedia Britannica to Americans.
Yes, we are certainly not Soviet spies on secret mission to infiltrate town for purposes undisclosed.
Satmix! You must forgive my associate. His mother drank water from polluted Lake Karachi. Very sad.
Soviet spies? Well, I'd say not. They wouldn't make it undetected in this town for too long. We got the Soviet situation pretty well covered. Got some of our best men on it. Me, for example.
Nothing gets past you Americans. It reminds me of old Russian proverb, which I learned in Encyclopedia Britannica.
What's that?
All are not cooks that walk with long knives.
Ain't that the truth?
It is precisely the truth. Many secrets here. Many secrets.
While you're all getting acquainted, how about David and I get you all something to drink from the break room, away from everyone else?
Guess I am a bit parched. I'd take some water.
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 Vodka.
Pardon?
He says water. Isn't that right, other Harold?
Yes, apologies, American friend. Water, please. Just not from polluted Lake Karachi.
David, you want to grab my sleeve and follow me to the break room?
Sure.
Does something seem a bit off about the men from Ogdenville?
You mean that they're clearly Soviet spies?
Now do you see why I didn't want to invite them in? What do we do now? Do we tell Officer Olson?
Oh, that wouldn't be my first choice.
Then what?
I don't know.
It's really coming down out there.
Better rain than bombs.
We're out of glasses. You mind going into that closet there on your left and grabbing us a few more?
You mean this one here?
No, on the left. David, don't open that.
What's this?
Nothing. Wrong closet. Please close the door. Close the door now, David. Your safety depends on it. I was very clear. The closet to your left.
Sorry, it's so dark.
So dark you don't know your left from your right?
Should we talk about this?
All you need to know is it's not what it looks like.
Well, thank God for that, because it looks like you've got some pretty high-tech machinery in there. Military issued. And maybe not our military.
All are not cooks that walk with long knives, David.
Pardon?
Listen, I swear to you, it's not what you think.
Look, all I know is that something pretty strange is happening here in Riverbend, and something even stranger appears to be emitting from this radio station. You saw Olson's meter, and don't try to tell me that it wasn't caused by whatever you've got wumming away in the closet there. How do you explain all this?
I'd rather not, David.
Well, I'd rather not be trapped in a dark radio station with Soviet spies, and I'd rather not be riding out on a bomb threat while fetching water for Officer Olson. But apparently, I don't have a lot of choice in the matter. please. You've got to tell me something.
I can't. You don't even have the clearance anyway.
The clearance?
David, do you love your country?
Well, sure.
And would you like to see it subsist?
Yes, but...
Then grab some waters and walk back into that room as if you didn't see an extremely low frequency wave transmitter in the closet. Okay?
An elf transmitter? You mean what Officer Olson was talking about?
Who was that?
I have no idea. Hello? Anybody there?
I swear I just saw the door open and close.
Maybe the wind did it?
You think the wind opened and closed the door?
Maybe a polite wind?
You got your waters?
Yeah.
Then come on.
So, do we have a plan?
Here's the plan. You keep your mouth shut about what you saw in the closet. And if any more Soviet spies come knocking on the door, try not to roll out the red carpet.
Like a polite wind. Got it.
Now we'll both try to keep Officer Olson's mouth shut before he can say anything too damaging to our national security.
Sounds like it might be too late for that.
So, like I was saying, the main power grid is located on the east side of the first floor of the city-county building. So, if you want to cut off all power, hypercritically speaking, all you need to do is enter the top secret code at the main door, which is 613B.
Officer Olson, how about a change of subject?
Well, Christ, David! The man asked a simple question about power grids. I'm just trying to be neighborly.
Perhaps a change of subject is in order. Let us begin the casual conversation regarding your water filtration system.
I thought you would never ask.
Speaking of water, we've got yours right here. Snap your fingers and we'll try to find you.
So, this your first visit to Riverbend?
It is.
And what do you think so far?
Oh, it is very accommodating place. People are forthcoming with information.
Well, like I was saying earlier, I'd be glad to give you a tour of the bridge. But David's really the guy to talk to. He and George, they're the ones building it. The plan's burned up, but I imagine he could get you the new version if you're interested.
Not sure that's the greatest idea.
Hey, you know what? We should bring Uncle Olson along. He's our mayor. The man loves to show off that bridge. In fact, I bet he'd even award you, kind citizens of Ogdenville, the keys to the city.
Oh, you've done far more than that, officer.
Did I? All I gave you was a couple of passcodes and clearance cards. They hand those out at the visitor center. At least they ought to.
Okay, I'm all out of waters.
Me too.
Then, who's still snapping?
Well, it ain't me.
Ain't me neither.
Ain't me.
It is not I.
Not I.
Then who? Who are you, stranger?
Yes, stranger. We are the only strangers around here.
But I was a stranger first.
Stuart! Oh God, not this guy again, come on!
Leave! Back to Ogdenville!
Everyone is under arrest!
Olson, stay with Lucy and try not to arrest her.
David, what are you doing?
I'm going after Stuart.
Where are you running off to, gentlemen? Come on now! Don't you want to play? Talk? Debate? Communism has never come to power in a country that was not disrupted by war. David! You tackled me! Good to see you, man! Finally, someone who wants to play in the rain!
What the hell are you doing, Stuart?
Quoting! President John F. Kennedy, in fact. But our friends from Ogdenville seem a bit in a hurry to leave, don't you think? David? You kindly get your knees off my chest and let go of my arms!
Not until you tell me what you were doing hiding in Lucy's radio station.
Keeping the world spinning, love.
I am not in the mood for your enigmatic form of grazing.
Not in the mood to talk, eh? Well, wrestling it is!
What the...
go of me!
You don't want to play either, huh? Well then, how about another quote from old John Fitzgerald? Our problems are man-made, and therefore they may be solved by man.
Quit winning!
How about this, singer? No problem of human destiny is beyond human beings!
Even the weather?
That's right. Or the men from Ogdenville. Or you, David.
Or Lucy?
You know what I admire about you, David? You're just bright enough to always come to exactly the wrong conclusion.
I bet you're great at wedding toasts.
Your humor, on the other hand, I find a bit tiring, along with your presence. So I suggest you follow the men from Ogdenville and get out of town. Well, next time, you trust me, I won't play so nice.
Stuart!
He's gone now. Thank goodness. Anyone hurt?
No, I don't believe so.
Where'd everyone go?
They're all gone. Why don't you come back inside?
Sure. You know, I'm turning the lights on just to be sure.
No, don't, David.
Lucy, forget about the blackout. I'm pretty sure the Soviets already know we're here.
It's not about the blackout. It's just... I haven't seen people... I haven't been seen by people in quite some time.
Then you're long overdue. Oh. Hey.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep it from you. It's just, you were so nice. And, well, I thought... I don't know what I thought.
No. It's okay.
You thought I was much younger.
Well, your voice, it just sort of sounded that way.
I'll be 76 in April.
Well, I'll be 26.
Only off by half a century.
Since we're already sharing secrets, mind telling me what you got back there in the closet?
Ever hear of Operation Elf?
Can't say I have.
Well, what if I told you that the military's been communicating with nuclear subs by way of a vast network of extremely low frequency waves. Elf waves.
I'd say that sounds like a pretty complex way to send a message. Have they considered the U.S. Postal Service?
Elf waves minimize the potential for intercept, from Ogdenville or much farther, if you get my drift.
I think I do.
The truth is, David, if our country ever finds a need to launch nuclear weapons, that order will come courtesy of Elf. That order will come right through this substation here in River Bend.
And all along, I thought this was a radio station.
Sometimes looks can be deceiving. But I guess we already covered that once tonight, huh?
And you? I'm guessing you're more than a radio announcer?
I take my radio announcing duties quite seriously, David. But I've also been contracted by the government to do a bit of, shall we say, freelance work.
Meaning?
Meaning I've been keeping an eye on Operations Elf's transmitter for, well, more years than I can remember. But thanks to the radio station, we've been able to mask the Elf signals within the station signals since the beginning.
But when you turned off the radio tonight...
I unmasked the frequency.
Leading our Soviet visitors to the one place we didn't want them.
Did you think it was a coincidence that those Russian-accented encyclopedia salesmen happened to show up when they did?
I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
Thankfully, Stuart arrived when he did. He's been keeping an eye on all this for some time now.
Doing a little freelance work himself?
Something like that.
So, this is bad then.
David, this is very bad. They've probably been waiting for that signal to emerge for years. And now they know it's here, thanks to me.
You were just trying to save everyone. I mean, we couldn't have the glow of a couple hundred radio listeners lighting up the night, could we? You did what you thought was best. Had there been bombers in the sky, we'd be having a much different conversation right now.
Maybe no conversation at all. First order of business, We need to power down Operation Elf, at least temporarily. Rely upon backup communications for the Baltic fleet until we receive further instructions.
Are you sure about this?
Of course, I'm not sure. Sure hope nuclear war doesn't break out anytime soon.
Me too, for a couple of reasons. But I have to ask, out of all the towns in the world, why here? Why bring Operation Elf to Riverbend?
You said it yourself, David. Who'd ever guess that the fate of the world relies on Riverbend?
Look, sun's beginning to rise.
Wow. We really got hit, didn't we? Those elms, I've been looking out at those elms for half a century. Since the radio station began back in, 1918, I suppose?
1918?
Is my age showing?
Beautifully.
David, there you are.
Jory, what's wrong?
Have you seen George?
George? Isn't he at home?
He didn't come home. I don't know where he is. I can't find him anywhere. I'm scared.
Strange.
Not any stranger than that.
What do you mean? Not any stranger than what?
She means the river.
What about it?
Jory, it's flowing backwards.
Bend in the River is a production of Blugold Radio and the Chippewa Valley Writers Guild, with support from the Eau Claire Community Foundation, the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire Foundation, and the Eau Claire Regional Arts Center.